So, hello. Kamusta ka mo daya? I hope you're safe and doing okay despite sang pandemic nga ginatubang naton subong. But regardless of the situation, panindugan ta nga Vincentians daya. We should become magnets of positivity and we allow ourselves to grow and we are always adapting, learning, and we will strive to conquer whatever challenge na ginatubang naton. Tama ba? Lisensyan ta no? Panindugan ta na. So, this is our first video discussion for our summer class. So, I hope nga makabulig gini sa inyo to understand your module nga ginhatag namon last Monday. So, our topic is strategic management. Okay? Pakita natin, strategic management. Okay, yun. Future ready. We should be future ready. That's why we opt this. We are adapting it. Diba? So, strategic management, module 1 discussion, St. Vincent College. So, learning objectives. At the end of this discussion, you should be able to do these things, mag-describe kung ano ba yung strategic management process, explain the need, yung bakit kailangan ng intuition sa strategic management, key terms, it will be defined during the discussion, and benefits. So, syempre, hindi man na pwede nga gobra lang kasi sa kabagay nga wala man kita benepisyo. Develop your own strategic mission and vision statements. So, mission and vision statements are not just applicable for your business, it could be personal also. Yung benefits, kung alam mo yung vision at mission mo, discussin natin dito. Okay? So, next. Table of contents. Ano na yan? Ito na yung summary ng ating our target points. So, part 1, introduction. We will discuss ano ba yung meaning ng strategic management and yung stages. Okay? Introduction. Nakalagay dito. Before we discuss what is strategic management, we first need to understand what is strategy. So, ang common na pag-intindi sa strategy nga word is, it is something that you do para perdihon imo kalaban, tama? So, somehow that meaning is applicable sa strategic management. Actually, it's very applicable, gid man. So, ang strategy will set the direction and scope for your organization over the long run. It helps you achieve, highlight nato na, advantage for the organization through proper configuration of its resources within a challenging environment to meet the needs of the market and to fulfill your stakeholders. So, discuss naton ano bala ang unod sang meaning sang strategy. A good strategy will answer these 4 simple questions. Number 1, kung mag-develop ka sang strategy, kailangan makita gid why. Ang why nga pamangkot. So, ang why will define your vision, your mission, and ang purpose. Kung baga, nga ginaubra mo na ano ang gusto mong malabot. Okay? Dapat makita na sa strategy mo. Strategy should also answer what. What means what environment you are playing with. Ang imo external and internal factors. Dira na. What are your resources available? Feasible ayhan nga ang muning gamiton mo given your resources. Measures. What are your measures nga mabalaan mo nga successful ka na? Okay? Next question will be how. How? Paano mo malabot ang imo gusto. Okay? So, a good strategy will define roadmaps. Ipakita niya sa imo ang direksyon kung din ka makadto. When? San o muna ubrahon? San o muna kinahanglan ubrahon? Utilization. Paano mo i-utilize ang resources nga may ara ka? Paano mo i-utilize ang tawo nga nagabulik simo? And ang final question nga dapat ma-answer sa strategy is who? Who are the persons needed to fulfill the functions that you need para i-apply ang imo strategy? Who are your customers? Para kay sino ni? Sino ang may capabilities para ubrahon ang mga bagay na? And of course, sino ni ang mga tao? Kumbaga, sino ang rason nga agi na ubra mo ni or para kay sino ni? Okay? Dapat these 4 questions is present in developing a good strategy. Wala na. Next. Somehow I will require you to do some research about blue ocean strategy. This will be part of your quiz, so please do a research again. Blue ocean strategy challenges companies to break out of the red ocean of bloody competition by creating uncontested market space that makes competition irrelevant. Okay? I will let you research about this and explain your understanding about this statement. Okay? So, naintindihan ta na kung ano lang itong strategy. Strategy. Strategy again is ang imo ginaubra para makagain ka sang advantage over your competitors or ang imo mga kalaban. Okay? So, to apply that meaning, ano bala ang strategic management? Strategic management is the art and science of formulating, implementing, and evaluating cross-functional decisions that enable an organization to achieve its goals. Okay? To put it simply, strategic management is the process of creating your strategy. Creating your strategy nga gamiton nimo to achieve your goals and para maka-create ka and ma-grab nimo ang opportunities nga possibly mag-abot sa imo or para sa imo sa future. Okay? Strategic management and strategic planning. So these are common terms nga nagasala ang iban, but i-clear naton sila. So in this context or in this module or in this video presentation, kung magsiling ko strategic management, it is the same as strategic planning. Walang pinagkaiba, synonymously. Pero there are books wherein strategic management is used to refer its stages. May 3 ka stages ang strategic management strategic formulation, implementation, and evaluation. Don't worry, we'll discuss that in this discussion man. So, it encompasses all these 3. Pero, ang iban, strategic planning kuno is just referring to strategy formulation. Pero again, I have to emphasize, kung maggamit kita sa strategic management na word, it is just the same as strategic planning. Okay? Stages of strategic management. Amo na itong ginhambal ko gina. So, ang first stage is formulation of strategy. Next is implementation. And ang last is evaluation. Sa formulation stage, diri ka naga-develop sang vision and mission statements by internally by scanning internally and externally sang imo environments. Diri ka naga-set up sang long-term goals and diri ka naga-choose what is the best strategy applicable to my business. Implementation amo na ni ang kumbaga you're taking words into action. kung anong gin-formulate mo, ubrahon mo na. We will discuss man ina sa karon. Evaluation, evaluate mo, nalantaw mo kung successful pa bala ni or base hindi na pwede. Okay? Next, strategy formulation. It is the analytical process of selection of the best suitable course of action to meet the organizational objectives and vision. The strategic plan allows an organization to examine its resources, provide a financial plan, and establish the most appropriate action for increasing profits. To put it simply, sa strategy formulation, diri ka naga-create sang strategy mo gid mismo. Diri na de. Ano bala ang strategy nga pwede ko gamiton para malabot ko ang akon objectives and mag-increase akon profits. So sa strategy formulation phase, it answers the what and why of your strategy. Ano ang purpose and ano bala ang kinahanglan mo for that purpose. Strategy formulation, ang muna ding aton 5 necessary steps. Number 1, you should set your vision and mission. Ang vision, ang muna sa ang imo gusto matabo sa future. Kung baga, I want to be. And so on. It is your dream. Baga, your mission, your purpose nga naga-exist ka. So, once nabalaan mo na, you will be ready to analyze your environment. So, dapat ang pag-analyze ng environment nimo, ginalantaw mo external, pati man ang internal. External factors will include your opportunities and threats, and the internal factors will include your strengths and weaknesses. So, kinanglan mabalaan mo ni what are these factors para maka-establish ka sa imo nga objectives. Okay? Objectives. So, mga specifics na ni. Ano gid bala ang mga kinanglan mo, mga gusto mo. It could be long term, it could be short term. Okay? Once you establish your objectives, pwede ka naka-develop sing alternative strategies. Okay? Mind you the word alternative. So, kinanglan damo ka obrahon. And dapat ang strategies na obrahon nimo is somehow applicable to you and it's quite reasonable nga kaya nimo labuton or mahimo. And of course, once nakabutang ka na sang pililian nimo, you should select the most appropriate and the most beneficial strategy for the firm. Kay it should be pares, kinahanglan appropriate gid sa and beneficial. Hindi pwedeng appropriate lang base appropriate gid man pero losses yang makuha nimo. Or hindi pwede nga beneficial lang tuod beneficial siya. Galing hindi gali pwede mo because it is not appropriate. So dapat paresay na. Okay? Amo to si strategy formulation. It is basically the process of creating and selecting your strategy based on your mission and vision statements and with the help of knowing your internal and external factors. Next phase is your strategy implementation. Again, strategy implementation, basically, it turns your words or your plans into action. Diri mo na ginaubra ang strategy nga gin-formulate mo kagina. So, ginaubra mo na, naubra mo. to achieve your objectives and goals. Next, ang implementing your strategic plan is as important or even more important than your strategy. Explain natin nga. So, biskan ano pa na kanami ang plano mo, kung hindi mo na pag-ubrahon, why man na Japon pulos. Tama ba? Like example, pa-beach ta. Next week. Pag-abot sang next week, nag-golpi text ang imo classmate, hindi ko mag-upod. Nag-enjoy ka, kay once nga may hindi na mag-upod, hindi na lang na mag-upod ang tanan. Tama ba? Balaan mo na. Ang plano lang. Plano lang gitna. It will not work unless i-implement nimo. Tama ba? Hindi ka mag-enjoy sang plano mo. Kinanglan ginaubra mo gid. So, ito yung crucial parts in implementing your strategy. Number 1, dapat you identify kung sino ang mga tao nga involved sa pagpadalagan sa imong strategy. Next, you should create an effective organizational structure. Dapat balaan sang tao kung sang tao mo ang structure, kung sinong ari de, anong function sang kada isa, and ano bala ang akon part sa function sang akon upod. You're all connected, dapat i-explain mo gid na sa imo tawo. Next, sufficient resources. Sufficient resources, dapat ang imo strategy should be supported by your resources. Kinahanglan ang strategy mo may right amount of resources ka para ma-implement mo na. Kaya hindi ka na kahulag kung wala ka sang galamiton. Tama? Strategy, supportive environment. So, ang ari naman, culture sa imo opisina. Kinahanglan, you should create sa ulo sang imo employees that kinahanglan mo sila. And their actions are needed para ma-implement nimo ang imo nga strategy. You should teach them nga you are a crucial part of our purpose and our vision. So please help us, and kinanglan ginamotivate nimo ang imo employees. Of course, with the right compensation for their efforts. Next, a very crucial part of strategy implementation, communication. Communication. Very important ang communication. Para sa bala sa relasyon nyo, hindi siya mag-text, sunggod ka, ay ilam na lang. Sige lang, baida yung relationship nyo, direta ya sa strategy implementation. So, communication is very needed because, number 1, it will create an understanding sa tanan nga empleyado nimo about your purpose. Okay? Gina-clarify mo kung anong kinanglan mo, gina-clarify mo kung ano ang pulos nila sa imong strategy, gina-clarify nimo kung ano bala ang magiging benepisyo nila sa business and for your employees. Okay? So, ano ding mga kinanglan nimo para sa imong communication? Dapat may interpersonal skills ka. Dapat you know how to handle persons. Dapat ang communication effective para mabalaan gid sang tanan nga tawo involved ang strategy. It will create an understanding sa parts ng imo employees. Kaya dapat gina-motivate mo gid sing ila. And lastly, accountability. Sa accountability naman, And they should know nga ang ila ginaubra is needed and a crucial part of your business, and they are being checked para masigurado ang quality. Okay? Isa pa ito meaning sa accountability is that kada tao may responsibility or function sa imong organization. Okay? Last phase sa aton nga strategy management, it's strategy evaluation. So I have to quote this: all strategies are subject to future modification because external and internal factors are constantly changing. Ano bang ibig sabihin sini? So ang silingon ng sini is that ang environment naton, it is always changing. It's very volatile. Gamay lang nga pagbag-o sa piha probably will cause a big change on our part. So dapat ginalantaw nato ang aton strategy nga gina-evaluate naton whether kinanglan ta pa bala ni ang strategy na ni given the situation nga ara kita, or naga-work pa bala ang strategy naton given the situation that we are in. So amo natong goals in strategy evaluation. Ginalantaw mo if your strategy is still working or it is doing what it is supposed to do, and ginalantaw mo man whether relevant pa sa bala given sa situation nga ara kasubok. That's just strategy evaluation. You are testing your strategy whether working pa bala or relevant pa. Okay? Umala na. So, three fundamental strategy evaluation activities. Muna na, basahan nyo lang. It's all in your handouts. Pero, i-discuss naman Japon. So, para mabalaan mo kung nag-work tayo mo strategy, syempre, again, you will review your internal and external factors. Then, ginalantaw mo if ang imo strategy is still meeting up the requirements of your environment, and kung why na sa naga work or it is already irrelevant, you need to create or you need to take corrective actions. Kinanglan brahon mo kung anong dapat mo brahon para mag-survive pa yung business. It could either be creating new strategies or making some tweaks sa imong strategy. Okay, I have to quote again this one. It's very somehow motivational. The success of today is no guarantee of success tomorrow. So, ang akong pag-intindi, kung anong naga-work subong, it does not mean it will work again tomorrow. Again, your environment is changing. You should learn to adapt. You should learn to learn. And you need to learn. And learn to do things para makonquer mo ang challenge nga may ara ka.